I'm gonna wait for everyone to get in, but this is probably someone's gonna be watching this after the fact, so I'm gonna say hi to you because you're in this after the fact for some reason. Oh, we got this up. The chat is no one's here yet. Let me tweet everything out. I literally just forgot to do that. I'm gonna tweet everything out. My phone is not turning on. Hello? Why is my phone not turning on? There we go. But it literally wasn't turning on at the worst time. Put that on my story. What's up? Hi NK, what's going on? Queen, we live here. Oh, how many viewers? Just you? Charge your phone. It literally wasn't turning on. I was on 64%. I don't know. Can you hear the music as well, or is that off? I think that's off, right? Desktop audio. Filters. 1 second. Let me turn this desktop audio on because I have music on right now. Properties. Yeah. Here we go. Speakers, headset. There we go. There we go. Should be able to hear that. Don't think it'll be too loud. I'll make it tiny bit louder. Hey, so today we're gonna be talking about, you already know it, but we're gonna be talking about, hey, what's good? Oh, what's good, Luke? Hey man, appreciate it. What's up? I need to turn my what's it called, a bit higher, my alerts a bit bigger, just so I can see who it was. Anyway, but yeah, today we're gonna be talking about, literally, you see it in the title, we're gonna be talking about why people be comparing themselves to others so much, and why there's so much comparison in the world, especially with young people, because it's a big issue right now. So right now I'm just tweeting out and stuff. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just tweeting out. I'll start the show in probably 5 minutes. But we won't be talking. This is what I like to call brain rot PhDs, because with the PhD in brain rot, this covers everything. You see, we've got Sophie Rain there. She's brain rot. Bad Baby was like old brain rot, and Kaisen obviously be producing a lot of it. Let me just link this on my Instagram. Follow my Instagram, by the way, mp39__. That's where I'll be posting my polls and stuff. You'll be seeing some polls in this stream. URL, just gonna type my URL in here. Cool. Twitch.tv/mp39_, then mp39_ on Twitch. I'm good, man. I'm good. I already said that. Anyway, how's the music? Is the music too loud? It's chill. It's fine. Like, can you hear it? I'm gonna turn it off when I start recording, because it's gonna be into a YouTube video, obviously. But yeah. This is gonna get tweeted. Tweet it before I put my story up. Twitter be low-key supporting me. You know, my drafts. Open that up. Post all. Boom. Shakalaka. There we go. Get that. Make that big. Your story is cool. Why couldn't it be posted? Post. What do you mean it couldn't be posted? Go to draft. What? Oh, this one didn't send. Post. Okay. Oh, why are we not posting? Guys, anyone get an expert in Twitter? Oh, here we go. It did post. Twitch.tv/mp39_. Bet! Alright, we are ready to start this show. I'm gonna start it in literally 3 minutes. But for now, let me go on full cam. How is everyone? How is everyone going? I'm having a great time. Even though it's 1 degree here in London, I'm here with my jumper on, my Sidemen hoodie, as you guys know. You guys probably been supporting through that. And yeah, I had to set up this whole thing. You can see this. I got this in Paris. It wasn't in Paris, it was in France. I got it for the thing. We are great. It's the weekend. Yes. Anyone got any plans for the weekend? I feel like I'm in a class right now and I'm just waiting for everyone to join. Well, it is a class because we are going to be covering, why everyone's been feeling so comparative to their peers. Like, you're probably sitting at home right now and you'd be like, damn, I want to do something with my life. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to have a family, maybe you want to get money, whatever it is, you'd probably be comparing yourself to others. But yeah, how's the quality as well? Because I need to make sure my audio is fine. Like, is my mic fine? Maybe I turn off the properties on this, because I think I have a few filters on this. But if it sounds, let's see. Tell me if it feels better. It sounds better now or how it was before. I feel it's probably a bit too low without that. So let me turn the gain up. Close. Is that better? Like, which one did you prefer? Because I need to make sure the audio is right. Obviously, I can't hear myself. Has anyone listened to the new Cardi album as well? Gotta got to get this started. I'm gonna put this on here so people join and they know that we're gonna be talking about this because I don't want them to join. I can put the mic here. I'll just put the mic closer to me. This should be fine. You can't see that. How's the mic? How's the audio? Should be fine. Audio is good. Is it too low or is it fine? Because I can turn the gain up if you want. How is it? How is it? As long as it's like, you can turn up audio. Okay, let me do that. I'll turn up the audio right now. I'm still a noob at all this. Gain, turn that up. Turn the gain up to, what, 20? Is that good? If I shout though, is it too loud like this? I probably won't be shouting too much though, but how's that? How's that? How's this right now? If I'm talking like this, is it chill? Is it too loud? How is this? Hopefully it's good because I don't want it to be, you know what I mean? Good, bet. That's exactly what I like to hear. I love that. I love that for me. Alright, cool. One more minute and we're going to start this show. One more minute, we're going to start this show. Shout out to everyone in here. Probably shouldn't clap. That probably really hurts you guys' ear, doesn't it? Sounds good to me. What's good, Melvin? Hey, we're about to start. You just in time for class. You got 1 minute until we start. We started in 1 minute. I'm gonna even, you know what? I'm gonna even stop the music because I don't want to get no copyright strikes. I'm gonna start it right in 1 minute. How long have we got until it's 4:20? Damn, that's a bit poetic. Also, Melvin, why are you up at 4:20 in the morning? But anyway, it is 4:20, so we are gonna start. Streamer of the year. Thanks, Melvin. How's the audio, real quick? Notepad out. Bet. Take notes. Hopefully, you're not going to get tired before the end of it. Class in session. Alright, bet. Cool. So, I'm going to start. The next slide is officially the start of the video. So, I'm going to have to lock in for this intro because last time I had to do a few takes of this, but I'm going to have to try and do it the first time. So, let's try and get this right. First time. Alright, ready? Without further ado, we're taking attendance. We got Melvin NK. They are here. Alright, bet. 3, 2, 1. Cool. So, this is you. And you probably... Nah! I've already messed up. Hey, but guess what? We can edit that out. I feel like my gain's too high. It keeps on peaking. Hold on. Let me see. I got lucky. Luckily, we ain't. If we had 350,000 people in here, we wouldn't be able to do all this. But luckily, we ain't got 350,000 in here. Let me just turn it down to 10. If I scream now, it doesn't go to red. Bet. All right, ready? I've practiced this intro before. Can't let the bright lights go to me. I got a bright light right here. Ready, set, go. All right. This is you. Hang on, wait. I forgot that I had to press the button. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So this is you, and you probably have 0 followers to your name, no money, and no... wait. One more time. This is you, and you probably have no followers to your name, no money, no friends. Why am I timing this? The intro is the most important part of the video. One more. This one's the one, I promise. Ready? This is you, and you probably have 0 followers to your name, no money, no friends, and definitely... And definitely no... I can't say that word because I don't swear. But anyway, and if you look around, you've probably felt like this is literally everyone else in your age bracket. As you can see here, we've got Speed, who's about 21 years old, Lamine Yamal, who's about 16, 17 years old, Kai Cenat, who's 22, 23, Billie Eilish, who's about my age, and it's crazy to see all these successful people be so big at such a young age. And when you look around and you see everyone out there that's massive, and when you look around and you see everyone else is massive, what this can lead to is a lot of thoughts like this, where you think you're not good enough, you're being left behind, or that it's too late to do something with your life. And it's not just you, because I asked my Instagram followers, over on Instagram, I asked my followers if they ever feel like they are being left behind for their age. And to my surprise, 45% of people said yes, whereas 55% of people said no. And to me, a lot of my followers are young, they're roughly my age. And for that amount of people to say yes, 45%, is quite alarming because you probably didn't see this number of the people who said no are lying. Yeah, it's quite alarming because you probably didn't see this stuff before, back in like the older generations, like the 80s, 90s, but there's a big reason for it, and I've done a lot of research to get to this point. And if you feel this way, you're not alone, because this was posted 6 years ago to the r/depression subreddit, and it says quite harshly, seeing people my age more successful than me makes me want to die. Quite extreme, but this is the type of things which comparison can lead to. So I'm going to read this thread, and it says, I'm 23 years old, which is probably similar to a lot of your ages watching, and I've done nothing with my life. I've been hold on, wait, I can actually see this. I'm gonna do this part again, but I can actually. How do I turn on the pen? I can turn on the pen. All right, let me do this again. Ready? So, I'm 23 years old and I've done nothing. I've been complacent and allowed to place. Oh my god, how do I get rid of that now? Ah! Rubber. No. Hold on. How do I get rid of that? Cool. Sorry, I messed up. Alright, let me do that again. Guys, I'm sorry, but we got like 3 people in here, so I'm gonna redo my lines. This isn't a. I ain't a full streamer yet. I ain't a full streamer yet. Ready? Turn on pen. I'm 20. Oh. How do I get rid of that? That is so annoying. Is there an undo? No. Oh my god, that is annoying. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. I know I'm doing a good job. So far, it's been good. I'm happy with it. Anyway. What does laser pointer do? Oh, it's this. I'm 23 years old and I've... let me just leave this on. I'm 23 years old and I've done nothing. I've been complacent and allowed my mental illness to drag me down to such pathetic low that I can barely even consider myself human, let alone a functional adult, and I hate it. I hate seeing people who are doing well. I hate seeing people I went to school with not struggle, not suffer. Why do I have to? Why do these other people get to wake up, have careers, goals, joy? And I don't even get energy. I wake up every day feeling more useless than the day before. I give up on everything I want to do because I have to drive or... I give up on everything I want to do because I have to drive... What? English, sorry, I can't speak. I give up on everything I want to do because Oh my god. I give up on everything I want to do because I have to drive or motivation, and I hate myself. I want to die. So as you can see, it's quite extreme, and you would think that not many people are feeling this. If you go into the comments of this, but as you can see here, it's got 460 upvotes, and if you go into the comments, people are agreeing. They said, yeah, this hit me hard. It also doesn't help that everyone is pressuring you to make you feel worthless. And whilst it's quite extreme, as we saw in the poll earlier, whilst that's quite extreme, hold on. And whilst that's quite extreme, as we saw in the poll earlier, this can start early on, and if you don't get it in checked, it can lead to this. Now, I'm taking off this laser. One second. I'm taking off this laser. It's annoying me. Alright, cool. What did I say? Cool. Yeah, and as you can see, people in the replies are agreeing to this. Yeah, this hit me hard. It also doesn't help that everyone pressuring you makes you feel worthless. So, as you can see, this is a pretty intense conversation, which, despite it being 6 years ago, it still applies nowadays, because with the growth of TikTok and stuff and algorithmic posts like Instagram and YouTube, we see a lot of people posting videos like this. What are you doing with your life, bro? And this video literally says, point of view, my mind is since I see someone my age being successful. And I hope you can hear it. And I hope you can hear it, but the audio is... Oh my god. Bro, what are you doing? And as you can see, and if you listen carefully, and as you can see, this guy's hunched over, and if you listen carefully to the audio, with your life, bro. Literally. What are you, bro? What are you doing with your life? It's what are you doing with your life? What are you, I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be great. You can tell, like, the audio is sort of depressing, and if you scroll to the comments as well, I need to stop procrastinating and wasting my time. Comparison is the thief of all joy. So people understand that this is an issue, but they can't help but feel it. And we've all probably felt it before. That's probably one of the reasons why you clicked on this video. But has this always been the case? Now, as I mentioned in the intro, social media forces us to be productive 24/7. Yeah, you really like look at other people and you compare yourself to it. But we're gonna get into that soon. So, has this always been the case? And as I mentioned in the intro, I really want to dive into, has, like, for example, our parents and their parents felt this, or has just been us when we've been seeing this so much. So let's compare the media landscape from now to when it was back in the olden days. I say the olden days, but let's get the steps to spotlight unconditioned, pretty much. And in order to get to Kevin McAllister's, what's his name? I forgot his name. What's this guy's name here? Not Kevin McAllister. That's his name in Home Alone. But anyway, I'm just gonna say, in order to get to Kevin's stage here, to even get into the spot, Macaulay. Okay, that's his name. I don't even know that his name. Is it Kevin Macaulay? I don't know. Anyway, in order to get to his stage, to even get in the spotlight in the first place, you first have to be... Oh my god, whoops. In order to get to... What's his name? Macaulay Culkin. In order to get to Macaulay Culkin's... Oh my god. In order to get to Macaulay Culkin's No. In order to even get into the spotlight like Macaulay Culkin, a show first has to be made. So there's that initial. So if there's no opportunities out there, you can't even get in front of the spotlight. Then you have to go through auditions and casting. So there's a lot of steps. You have to fit the role, then you have to beat everyone else, and then you decide what type of role, and then from there you have to even be selected for a role. Now, from here you have to go through. Oh wait. And then you have to be selected for a role, and you don't even know what role that could be. You could be an extra, you could be the main character, you could just be someone on the side. But that's really going to affect how you can even get into the spotlight. Then you have to go through rehearsals and training, and then depending on how well the film, song, whatever it is does, you have to go through the marketing, and you literally have no control over that. There's a lot of people involved, and you can't dictate your own success. I want to take off these headphones. Should I take off these headphones, or is it too late now? We're going to keep it. Let me just, can I turn the audio down? Oh, whatever, I don't care. And then you have to go, yeah, I said that. But nowadays, if you're in Gen Z, this is a Rizla, and I've talked about him before, but he's like 9 years old or something. And in order to go viral, all he has to do is film something, maybe edit it, which is optional. I can't lie. A lot of videos these days, they're not even edited. You just post them straight away, and then boom, uploaded it, and then get rich and famous. It's as simple as that. And you can see there's literally no barrier to entry. Now, in terms of becoming an overnight success, if you want to do that in 2025, all you need is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. But if you wanted to do that in the olden days, I mean, good luck with that, because I literally have never seen, apart from like one-hit wonders, they still have to go through the work, but I've never seen anyone just blow up overnight, apart from maybe on news stations, and then it's quite hard to maintain. But it did sort of start to pop up in the early 2000s. For example, these girls here. Now, in case you don't know, these girls made a video of themselves singing Nicki Minaj's song, Super Bass, and it got so many views. As you can see here, 55 million views, which is absolutely insane. I don't know, but hopefully this video gets 55 million views, if you know what I'm saying. But you can see she got 3.5 million subscribers from this, kept on posting, and from that, she got invited onto the Ellen Show, viral sensation. But that wasn't really possible before the internet. Only because of the internet this came up. And I like to call this dynamic where you can block, and I like to call this dynamic of the internet versus like old school mainstream. And I like to call this dynamic of, oh my god. And I want to bring up oh my god. I'm choking. Let me do this again. Ready? And I want to bring up this dynamic of the restaurant versus, and I want to bring up this, and oh my god, and I've come up with this term, the restaurant versus buffet model, to compare the mainstream media to online space right now, to really dial home into why I believe this is happening. So when you go to a restaurant, you're limited to the menu. You know, if you want something like steak and they don't serve steak, good luck to you. You have to say, if you're in an Italian restaurant and you want Thai food, good luck to you. You can't get it. You have to order through a server, so there's that. You have to wait for the server to come to you. There's another third party involved. You can't just... Wait, what? Yeah. I'm losing my train of thought here. I think it's because it's 4 a.m. Anyway, you have to order through a server, so there's that friction, and you have to go through a third party to even communicate what you want. You have to wait for your food. So once you've ordered your food, you can't even get it straight away. And you have to be served your food. And then once you finish your food and you're satisfied, then you leave. You don't stay. There's no reason to stay at the restaurant. And you usually get kicked out because they don't want you to stay, because they want to get more customers in. But and if you compare that to mainstream media and old school media, that's very similar to TV. You know, you sit down, you wait for your show to come on, you choose your channel which you want to get, so you're limited to the channels which are on, and you have to order in a specific type of day. And if we go back to this point here, you're served food and then you leave. Once your show comes on, usually you don't want to watch what's on next, you just simply change channels. Same thing with the radio station. If you want to listen to music, you're limited to whatever's on the radio, or you have to buy like a CD. In order to access it at your own time, you have to order it, buy a CD or whatever. So, in order to discover, and then in order to even discover new music, it's really hard because you have to, you know, send your tracks onto the radio stations, and then you have to hope that they play it, and then you have to hope that the people listening to it like it. Same thing with the movies. You know, you go to a movie, whatever show is on is whatever you choose. Whatever's on the menu, you go to, you watch it, you leave. There's no reason to stay at the movies after that. But if you compare that to a buffet, I don't know about you, but I love buffets because I walk in and whatever's there, I can choose whatever I want. I can curate it to whatever I want. I can get a bit of food here, a bit of food there. But you can tell there's a diverse range of food. Here they've got pizza, pasta, chicken, fruit. I mean, that's not fruit, that's salad. But a lot of food is what I'm saying. They've got pastry here. And, sorry. And you can get up and get your own food. You don't have to, talk to a server. You get up whenever you're ready. And you don't have to talk to a server, you just get up and get it whenever you're ready. Then you can eat as much as you want, buffets, if you're in restaurants, once you're full, in restaurants, you have to worry about the price, you have to order a new thing, you have to get the server again. But in buffets, you just sit down, finish, if you want more, you get up and get it. And then you choose your portions, if you want more food or less food, you can decide, and then you leave once you're satisfied once again. And this is very similar to social media because if you take this theory and apply it to social media and just the current media landscape, you get things like Netflix, you get things like Spotify, and you get things like literally every single social media out there. Because for example, with Netflix, let me do Spotify. Because for example, with Spotify, you have all the music out there, you find what you want to watch, and you listen until you're satisfied. With TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you have all the videos out there. You have everything to choose from. Whatever you're interested in, you can find, and that leads to longer watch times and longer times on the platform. Now, this leads me into the creator landscape because it's relatable. There's no barrier to entry. It's localized to whatever. It's localized to whatever. Oh my god! It's localized to whatever you like watching, and it's a very young scene. So this obviously relates, and this last point is very key because it brings up the comparisons which we've been talking about at the start, where you see a lot of the success from other people. But that leads me to my first case study, Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart. Now, the reason why I've chosen Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart is because they're both very similar creators. They're both entertainers, they both have very similar demographics, and they're both funny and like to entertain. Now, if we compare Kai's journey to fame, he started out, and by the time he got to the point where he was sort of mainstream, it took him roughly 10 years. And the reason why I put Kevin Hart in this conversation is because he had a very similar journey. From his first show to when he first really popped off into everyone's homes, it took him 9 years. However, the key difference is here, I don't know if any of you guys in chat can guess this. With Kai, he started when he was 13 years old. But Kevin, he started when he was 19 years old. And obviously they'd probably done stuff before that in school or whatever, but their first public appearances were at 13 years old. Kai's was on Facebook and Kevin Hart was at a local Kevin Hart was at a local comedy club. What's good, Halimi? What's good? I don't know if you missed it, but we're diving into pretty much why you compare yourself to other people and how that happened. We're about 36 minutes in. Damn, we're about 16 minutes in, not 36 minutes in. So yeah, we're comparing right now Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart about how they blew up. But you'll be able to see this after a while, don't worry. Cool. So, and then by the time Kai first posted on YouTube, he was 16 years old. When Kevin Hart had one of his first bigger performances at the comedy club, he was 24 years old. Thank you, I appreciate that, bro. Then, when Kai started streaming, he was 19 years old. When Kevin first acted in a big movie, whilst he didn't have the main role, he was 26 years old. So there's already a 7 years age difference. Now, this is where I wanted to really compare because Kai, he broke the Twitch record again when he was 22 years ago. When he was 22 years old. Now, Kevin, he had his real big show that everyone talked about. I'm sure you've seen the clips, Help Me. I'll probably put a few on screen right now. But he didn't do that until he was 29 years old. So, they had the same goal, and they reached it, but they had different journeys. Kai, we'd seen every single spot of the way because he posted on social media. We saw the journey. What's this? Thank you, appreciate the follow. Thanks so much. That means a lot. But Kevin, we didn't see all of the journey. We only saw the final products. And because of that, that's a big reason why we often compare ourselves, because we're seeing all of the progress. But I'm going to get into that a bit more later. For now, let's For now, let's talk about something which is very similar, young success, because we're going to compare Jojo Siwa to Miranda Cosgrove here, because they both had success while they were young. And I'm going to talk about why it was different to have success young. Sorry, made my camera shake. And I'm going to talk about why it was different to have success young back in the old school media versus having success now in the new school media. So, what is classed as young success? Now, you probably have to be famous, you have to have money, and you have to be going to events which people want to go to. You have to have notoriety around your name. You know, people have to know you, they have to like you. And you have to be hitting the news stations. If you're not doing those, then you're probably not in the public eye enough to be even considered for this conversation. Now, this is a very big, young success is very talked about in sports. So, for example, Lamine Yamal, and he first burst onto the scene when he was 16, and he scored a goal, I believe, on his 17th birthday at the Euros to send Spain into the finals. Might be wrong on that. Might be wrong on the specific dates on that, but nonetheless, he's really young. And with sports, since you play, and the same thing with LeBron James, you know, he was 18 when he first came into the league. Came in as a high schooler, straight out of high school. And the reason why we compare sports stars to ourselves is because it's an achievable goal. We, you know, play sports, people enjoy the sports, and they think, damn, you know, if I had trained harder, did this a bit harder, grew a bit taller, didn't get injured, I could have been there. But we sort of are seeing that now with social media because it's becoming across as very relatable in a very young scene. Now, as you can see here with Tatum, it's a big meme, you know, he's only 19. People put a lot of emphasis on age when it comes to sports. And that brings us back to our main case study here. Because what is the difference between 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo? Damn, yeah, even 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo destroyed Arsenal. Yeah, that is a good point. So literally, you be comparing yourself to these people, you know, the commentators be like, oh yeah, what were you doing at 18? And then they'll be talking about, oh yeah, I wasn't doing this. True, I should have posted dancing videos on TikTok during the pandemic. I would have been famous. Yeah, you guys probably thought that as well. Like, you see Charli D'Amelio, all these people dancing. But we're going to get into that later. I don't want to spoil anything yet. But the main difference between our two case studies here is that with Miranda Cosgrove, we only saw her as an actor. We didn't see her as a person. You watch TV and you're like, oh yeah, that's iCarly. You don't look at the TV and you go, oh, that's Miranda Cosgrove. Parents play a role in success as well. Hold on, we're going to get to that. Don't worry. But with Jojo Siwa, if you look at her channel here, I fell on stage. I filmed on stage. What's it called? It's very personable. It's very related to her. While she's a character, it's her as a person. And if you apply that to, for example, Speed, if you apply that to Kai Cenat, if you apply that to, you know, Sophie Rain, all of these young people here, they're very humanized. And that's one of the key differences in today's society where Jojo Siwa, for example, people say, I want to be like Jojo Siwa. But when they see Miranda Cosgrove on the screen, the kids might say, I want to be like iCarly. And that's just due to the personalization of the internet. And we're seeing that a lot. This next point is very interesting, which I'm going to make. As you can see here, the celebrities are humanized, and that's a very big part of their marketing. You've got Billie Eilish here, 125 million views showing off her 125 million views showing off her everyday tour pre-show glam routine or whatever. Key emphasis on the or whatever. You would never see someone trying to be this relatable as a celebrity back in the day. She's literally just filming a random video here, a throwback, 50 million views. This is her just lip syncing for 5 seconds, 10 million views. They want to be seen as relatable. Now, this makes them seem just like us. This is all comments on Doechie's videos. Now, if you don't know, Doechie's a 26-year-old artist who's been blowing up recently. And people have been really liking her because of her raw, unfiltered energy. And it makes you feel like you're her friend. I don't know if you've ever seen comments on TikTok where like people are saying this feels like a FaceTime call with influencers or something like that. This is exactly the same thing. We made the right one famous. This one here is really pushing my point. I love how Doechii posts like a normal human being. And then this one, I love how normal she is. So when you see that and you see these celebrities acting normal, you see them being just like us, you're like, why can't that be me? And you start to compare. You naturally start to compare. And not only that, it's much easier to flaunt. You've probably seen people on Instagram flexing their watches, doing this, they're posting a lot about it. And the reason is because with Speed, for example, when he has these massive crowds of people, he posts it onto his Instagram, and that goes straight to the consumer. That goes straight to you, that goes straight to me. This video here is going straight to you. There's no third party involved. And it's also relatable, you know? It's literally just him taking a picture on his phone. It's not a setup. It's just him living his life. But when you see someone kind of like Kim Kardashian, being with all these paparazzi, it's a third party posting these news articles. They're talking about it on the news, and it's staged. A lot of these times, these paparazzi shows were staged. It was at an event. It's not just randomly happening. So whether or not it's someone in their home flexing their car, you know, whether it's someone in their home just flexing being with their family, flexing their relationship, it's what's actually going on, and it's the human element which is making us compare. So, and now there is no longer a third line between the talent and the person. They're just trying to act relatable. Some of them are fake lol. They have a community as well as their fans communicate with Speed. Exactly. You can also directly communicate with these celebrities. As you can see, if we go back here, the comment section, you can talk to Speed. If you're in this chat now, you can talk to me. You can go into Discord. You can type in the comments, and I'll likely reply. Whereas back in the day, you're just looking at the screen and you're just consuming the media. So nowadays, you can engage with it. They're very humanized. That's a great point. I appreciate you for bringing that up because I didn't really think about that until now. So thank you. Anyway, but yeah, there's no longer a line between the talent and the person. And now there's no longer a line between the talent and the person. They are all the same entity. They're like businesses. These people are businesses and people at the same time. Whereas these celebrities were just celebrities, you know? You often see celebrities talking about like, oh, we're people too. You have to remember that. But then people will be like, yeah, but you're rich and you're famous and you have everything. They can't grasp that these are real people. But when you see Speed, you see these edits of him, you see him being sad, you see him being vulnerable, you see Kai Cenat crying on stream, calling his mum, helping out other people, helping out Rakai. You see Billie Eilish crying in her videos. You see Billie Eilish without makeup. Then the business is the same as the person. So that's what leads to this. When you think I'm not good enough, when you think I'm not good enough, you're being left behind, and that there's no way you're going to catch up. Now, how do we fix this? Because we've been talking about the reasons of everything that has been causing this. Because we've been talking about the reasons that everything's been causing this, but we haven't really spoken about how we can fix this. How can we stop comparing ourselves to other? Now, the very first thing you need to do is you need to acknowledge that you're not alone. It's very cliche, but let me show you exactly what I mean, because lots of people be saying this, but they don't be targeting it towards the people watching. Now, we saw it earlier. Lots of people are feeling the same thing. These are TikToks with many hundreds of thousands of views. Me when I see someone my age living a successful life and I genuinely get offended. Me when I see someone my age have the audacity to be... What? Oh, sorry. Me, I can't read TikTok content for some reason when it's frozen. It's so trippy. Anyway, me when I see someone my age have the audacity to be even the slightest bit more successful than me. Everyone is feeling it. I can guarantee you, probably Elon Musk feels this as well. He compares himself to others. But anyway, comparisons, what I'm trying to get with, are normal. Everyone compares. I think everyone in this chat can testify that they've compared. I know I definitely have compared myself. And speaking of it, I'm going to give an example of how I'm compared, because here is a video which I made. It got 100,000 views, and this is interviewing Musa, and he works in the same industry as me. He works in the TikTok clipping niche. He's worked with many big creators, but he makes $100,000 a month from posting content like this. Whereas while I'd like to make $100,000 a month, I am not making that much money. So whilst I'm really successful for my age, I'm 21 years old and I'm making good money. You know, people probably below me. I know people below me. I know people on Twitter, for example, oh my gosh. I know people on Twitter or Instagram, for example, they watch my videos because they want to edit like me and they want to work with all these big creators. They probably look up to me. But for me, I'm comparing myself to this guy because he's making more money than me. It doesn't make any sense. So we all compare ourselves. It's absolutely normal. Now the second step into this master plan and fixing yourself is we all succeed at different points in life. And you've also probably heard this one too, but we saw it with Kai and we saw it with Kevin. You know, there's a 7-year age difference between they by the time they actually hit the mainstream. Adele, she had her first really big album at 23 years old, and I believe this guy's name is Jelly Roll. I should probably know this. It's Jelly Roll, right? I'm gonna pretend like it's Jelly Roll. And I believe this guy's name is Jelly Roll. He won up and coming artist at 39 years old. Up and coming artist at 39 years old. Everyone succeeds at different points in life. Bronny James, he debuted in the NBA at 20 years old. Andre Ingram, he played his first game at 32 years old. But, you know, everyone has it differently. And this goes back to what someone said in the chat earlier. But Bronny James is literally the son of LeBron James. He probably had access to the best coaches, the best trainers, the best facilities. And that doesn't mean he didn't work hard for it. But he definitely had an advantage in some areas for it. Same thing with Will Smith and his son. You know, if he wants to get acting classes, he can just ask his dad. He has the connections. He can be put in the right places. If Will Smith makes a movie, he's going to go to his son. Some people just have it not easier than others, but they have access to these opportunities. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, he got a $1 million loan from his dad. Like, if the most successful person in the world is getting these head starts, but there are still people succeeding later on in life, you know, some of you are probably kids to immigrant parents. Must be nice to be a nepo baby, eh? I don't know, but that's not the point. It seems nice, but they all go through their own struggles as well. But as I was saying, some of you are probably kids to immigrant parents. They probably came to your country with nothing, and some of them are probably really successful. Some of you that are watching this probably live great lives because of your parents, but some of them achieve wealth later on in life. Now, that's why it's really hard, because we don't realize that. You only realize that in hindsight. But we're seeing all this success from other people at a young age, and we're not realizing that some people just, you know, they have different advantages than others, and they've played into strengths at different time. They might have realized that they can make this much money at 20 years old. You might not have realized that yet, but you can get there. So why waste time comparing if this is an actual thing? So I can just say that, whatever. There are other people who wish they were in your spot. The people watching this in the chat right now, who are watching this on the YouTube right now, imagine there's a poor kid out there who doesn't have electricity, doesn't have shelter. They look at you in nice clothes, walking across the road with your headphones in, your AirPods in. They're like, damn, what a life it would be to make money. We look at people rich and be like, damn, what would it be to be rich? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you waste time comparing? Because when you're as big as Donald Trump, I'm sure he compares himself to others. He probably compares himself to other world leaders. You know, whilst there's a little bit of delusion needed, you're always going to compare yourself. And the last step here in this grand process is to make sure that you realize that the grass is always greener on the other side. You know, I mentioned everyone has their own struggles. You know, and remember, this cartoon here says it perfectly. No one is posting their failures. I'm not going to post myself the amount of... You can see in the stream, if you go onto my Twitch right now, you can see the amount of times I've stumbled on my words just like this now. You're not going to see that in the video. I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting it out. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see the amount of times I've been late to school. You're not going to see the amount of times, you know, Donald Trump has bankrupt. You're going to see all of the big... Well, you probably will see Donald Trump bankrupt because it's on the news, but it's not going to get talked about as much. People aren't going to post themselves failing. Why would they post themselves failing? You know, people are going to flex the high views, flex their watch. You know, they're not going to flex when they lost $2,000 on an investment. You just have to realize that people aren't posting about it. So whilst it is true that you're seeing so many people your age be more successful than you, and you might feel like you're behind, just realize, you know, these 3 things. Realize why it's happening and why it's different to people in the older generations. I had a point which I wanted to bring up earlier about the older generation. Oh, I didn't even add those slides. I can just add them in post and just cut it. Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry guys. I know this is a live stream, but I'm doing this for a YouTube video too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like if someone was if someone was, you know, if you were 20 years old back in the day, and someone, if you were 20 years old back in the day, and your peer was making $10,000 a month, or a random person was making $10,000 a month and you were making just 1,000, no one would ever notice it, because how are you going to post it? It was so hard to flex this before there was social media, that you would never have seen it. But now you're seeing people you don't even care about and you don't even know post all their successes, and you compare yourself to them constantly. And that's why, for example, sports is often compared to young people, and they feel bad for not being pros, because that's something which they actually did, and they see these successful young people. But when it comes to just people doing business or having Rolexes, or, you know, having followers or being an Instagram model, you compare yourself now so much because you actually see it. So you have to remember as well now, due to the media landscape, you're actually just seeing these things. Cool. I'm going to put that over the part where I was talking about it's easier to flex, because I forgot to say that. But anyway, just remember those things, and that is literally it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. I want to get to 10,000 followers, but I want to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. It is my dream. So help me out, please. So if you enjoy this, then literally it's free to subscribe. And if you want to watch this live, follow my Twitch. That's pretty much it. Thank you. Cool. Guys, how did I do? That was so quick. That was literally my last stream took so much longer, and it was like actually a stream. But this one was more of like a recording. I feel like I want to do the first half again, just because why not? I want to do the first half again because I feel like I'm more in the zone now, and I'm less, like, I know what's going to say. I sort of went blank with some of them. So I'm looking, might do it again. Chat, who wants me to do it again? I might do it up to the Kevin Hart. I might do it up to the... I don't know. I'll do it until when I feel. That's a good one. I appreciate that. Hey, this is going to be a good YouTube video, but I do want to do the start again because I did stutter a bit and I was sort of losing my train of thought. So if you guys don't mind, I mean, hey, you actually missed the start of the stream, so you might want to stick around for this. So I'm actually going to do it again because literally it's just NK and Halimi. So let's do it again. Cool. I'm not going to do the whole thing again because I did like the end, but I'm going to do the start again. All right, cool. This is probably you. No. This is you. This is you. 0 followers to your name, no money, no friends, and probably no... I don't say that word because I don't swear. And if you look around, you probably compare yourself to literally everyone else. You probably feel like everyone else has more money than you, more followers, is more famous, gets more girls, whatever it is. But like Kai Cenat, for example, here, I believe he's 22 years old. Speed is about 20 years old. Sky Jackson, I was shocked to learn, I believe he's 21, 22. Billie Eilish is, what, 22, 23? I don't know. Billie Eilish is 22. I'm going to Google this, sorry, because I actually should get this right for the intro. Billie Eilish, age. She's 23. Billie Eilish is 23 years old. How old is Kai? Chat, how old is Kai? Kai Cenat, age. Kai Cenat is 23. Kai's 23. Kai blew up when he was 22 years old. Kai blew up when he was 22 years old. 23, bet. Speed's 20, right? Speed, age. I'm just going to say when they blew up. Cool. I'm just going to say when they blew up. Alright. And if you look around, you probably... I said that already. Speed blew up when he was about like 17, 18 years old. Kai blew up when he was 20 years... Kai blew up when he was about 20 years old. And Billie Eilish has been on this scene since she was like... And Billie Eilish has been on this scene since she was like 16, 17. It's easy to compare yourself... It's easy to compare yourself to these people nowadays. But why is that the case? Okay. It's easy to compare yourself to these people nowadays. And that probably has led to thoughts like... And that probably leads to things like this. I'm not... No, let me do that again. And that probably leads to thoughts like this. I'm not... No. And you've probably felt something like this. And you've probably felt something like this before. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough. I'm being left behind. And it's too late to do what you want to do with your life. And it's simply too late to succeed in life. Now, I even asked my Instagram followers Now I even ran a poll on sorry. Guys, I'm sorry, but I got to do this. Now I even asked my Instagram followers, no. Now I even did a poll on my Instagram, which is all people around my age, and I asked them, do you ever feel like you are behind for your age? No. Now I asked my followers on Instagram the same question. Do you ever feel like you're behind for the Oh my gosh. And I asked my followers on Instagram the same question. Do you ever feel like you're behind for your age? And the answers and the results were kind of the results were kind of sad because roughly 45% of people said that they did. Which is literally every second person. One in two people watching this video have probably felt this way. And if you clicked on this video, you're more likely to feel that. And you're not alone, because 6 years ago, this person posted onto the r/depression subreddit, seeing people my age more successful than me makes me want to die. It's very extreme, but people feel this type of emotions it's very extreme, but people are feeling this type. It's very extreme, but people are feeling this. It's very extreme, but people are feeling these emotions more than you might think. This user said, I'm 23 years old and I've done nothing. I've been complacent and allowed my mental illness to drag me down to such a pathetic low that I can barely even consider myself human, let alone a functional adult, and I hate it. I hate seeing people who are doing well. I hate seeing people I went to school with not struggle, not suffer. Why do I have to? Why do other people get to wake up, have careers, goals, joy, and I don't even get energy? I wake up every day feeling more useless than the day before. I give up on everything I want to do because I have no drive or motivation and hate myself. I want to die. And you can see 460 upvotes, and people in the comments were also agreeing. Yeah, this hit me hard. It also doesn't help that everyone pressuring. It also doesn't help everyone pressuring you and making you feel worthless. So it's quite a scary conversation to be had. And even nowadays, and even in the current day, this still applies. Because you've probably seen videos like this before.
What are you doing with your life, bro?
Point of view, my mind as soon as I see someone my age being successful. And there's an audio here, and there's a very depressing audio behind this video.
Your life, bro, what are you doing with your life, bro? What do you like? I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be the best.
And you probably felt the same, and you might have felt the same thing, whether you're comparing yourself to your peers or someone famous on the internet. But I wanted to know why this happens, and has it always been the case? What? But I wanted to know why this happens, and has it always been the case with people? Or is this just a new phenomena? Or is this just a new phenomena that is only happening with Gen Zs and maybe millennials? Or is this a new phenomena which is only happening with Gen Zs due to the rise of... Or is this a new phenomena only happening in Gen Z due to the rise of social media? Let's find out. So, in order to do that, we're going to first compare the media landscape. So if you wanted to get into the spotlight back... So if you wanted to get into the spotlight back in the day... I feel like this part was good, but I'm still going to do it again. So if you wanted to get into the spotlight like Kevin McAllister here back in the day, then you needed a lot of things to go your way. For example, a show first had to be made, or a song, whatever it is. Then you have to go through auditions and casting and beat out a load of competition, and you have to actually have to be fit and skillful enough. And you have to be fit and skillful enough for the role. Then you have to be selected for a role, and you have to hope you're in the main spotlight. Imagine doing all that work and you're just an extra. Then you have to go through rehearsals and training, which takes up a lot of time. And after that, you don't even have any indicator. And after that, you don't even have any control if the media is going to be successful. You know, a lot of things are out of your control through the script, producers, director, the marketing. All of these people are involved to get you. All of these third parties involved to get you in front of people. But if you look at it now in Gen Z, this is the Rizla, and he's a famous 9-year-old, which you didn't really see too many of back in the day. But all he does is film something, edit it, which is optional because not all the time they edit their videos, and then boom, upload it. And because of that, you're rich and famous, and then after that, you're rich and famous, and everything is just chill from there. So you can see it's a stark, you can see already nowadays, due to social media, there's a stark contrast and much easier. So you can already see, wait, what's my next slide? Oh yeah. So if you want to become an overnight success or have any success nowadays in 2025, all you have to do is just post TikTok. But if you want to do that in the olden days, I genuinely don't know how you would have done it. Now this, for example, now it did sort of come up in the late 2000s. Now it did sort of come up in the late 2000s with these girls, for example, on Ellen, and they did this by posting on YouTube. They got 55 million views, and then she got 3 million subscribers from it. And you never really saw this back in the day because there was no online presence. Unless you got seen on news or TV, there was no way to be seen by this many people at once, you know? I can really think of things like, for example, the O.J. Simpson crash. The O.J. Simpson police crash. He was already famous, you know, massive sporting events. I really don't know how you would get in front of that many people at such a young age back in the day. But I like to compare this. But I like to compare the dynamics of the current media landscape to the old media landscape from the restaurant versus buffet model. Now, with restaurants, you know, I feel like that's good enough. I feel like I've covered enough. I feel like after here, do you reckon I should keep going, NK? Because I feel like from here it was good, but you can let me know. Let me ask her. You did great. Should I keep going, or do you feel like I was still stuttering around here? Maybe I think I should keep going. I'm gonna keep going because I do remember stuff. I'm just gonna do it all again. Should I keep going? No, you did good. No, it's okay. Okay, cool. Well, I feel like this intro is much better. I'm gonna keep going. You don't have to keep watching. But with restaurants, for example, very similar to the old school media, you know, you're limited to the menu. If you want pizza and you're in a Thai place, good luck. You're not gonna get it. You have to order through a server, so you already need a third party to even watch what you want to watch. You have to wait. You have to then wait for your food to even eat it, and then once you're served the food, once you're served the food and you finally eat it, you just simply leave. There's nothing in between. They want to kick you out so they can get new customers. And that's very comparable to, you know, watching TV. You're limited to whatever's on TV, whatever's being made. You're limited. You have to wait for it actually to become on at your time. You have to wait for your time for your shows to come on. You can't go back and watch the old shows. You can't choose when you want to watch it. And then once you finish watching it, you probably don't want to watch any more TV. You flick through the shows and then you just leave because you're done, you know? It's not very localized to you. Same thing with the radio. In order to even get your song onto the radio, if you're a new artist, you have to send your DVD, you have to send your disc in, hope that they like it, put it on the radio, hope that enough people like it from there. You don't get to choose what songs you're listening to. If it's a Saturday night, you don't want to listen to disco music, you just want to listen to your own songs. I don't know if any of you have had that experience before when you're driving home at Saturday night late and they're all playing party music. I hated that. I just wanted to listen to regular pop music. But yeah, that's literally what restaurants are like, you know, with the menu. Same thing with the theaters. Whatever's on the menu, whatever's playing, you watch. You get there at a specific time and you leave. You can't decide when they're gonna play it, they decide for you. But if you look at buffets, it's very similar to social media because it's got a diverse range of food or content. You get up and you get your own food, whatever you want. If you want pizza, you don't want pasta, you want salad, you want chicken, whatever you want, you get up and get it. You can eat as much as you want. You choose your portions, and if you get hungry again, and then you leave after that. So because you can eat as much as you want and when you want to eat it, you know, it's already made for you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to talk to a server. You just get up, pick it up, boom, eat, done. Very smooth sailing. They get rid of all of the fuss. And that's basically like Netflix. You know, you got a wide variety of movies. If you want to watch the Simpsons movie at 3 a.m., you can watch it. You don't have to. I mean, you can't even watch that in theaters nowadays because it's not popular enough. It's not profitable for them to even be playing it. If you want to watch a show, binge watch it all at once. You don't have to wait until 7 p.m. every Monday to watch it. If you want to listen to whatever song you want to listen to on Spotify, hey, I want to listen to the new Cardi album. I don't want to listen to it on the radio. I don't want to listen to parts of it on the radio. I want to listen to the whole thing at once. I don't want to buy no CD. I want to just listen to it whenever I want. I want to listen to it here, there. You get what I'm saying. And that's the same thing with literally any social media. TikTok, you get served your food. TikTok, it gives you whatever you're interested in. There's no menu. It's just whatever you're interested in, you're served. You know what I mean? And that brings me to the next point, the creator landscape. Because very late, I think from here I was good. Yeah, I think from here I was good. Alright, cool. I'm gonna wrap it up because I did all this pretty well. Yeah, I'm happy with it. And I think I'll just get B-roll. Cool. I don't know who is in the chat right now. Let me go on my Twitch channel. Let me go on my Twitch. I don't know who else is here right now, but I actually do want to say thank you to anyone who joined. 3 viewers, that's good. 1 hour live for, that's as long as I usually like to go live for. Yeah, cool. I appreciate that lots, guys. I do actually appreciate that a lot. I'll be live for 20 minutes in 20 seconds. I'll be live for an hour. I don't want to play Playboy Cardi. Probably gonna take down my stream. Cool. Hopefully there was no issues with the stream. If there's any final questions or anything I should talk about, let me know. Follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter. Even though there's like 4 people in here, but yeah, that was actually very good. Someone literally just joined now. Cool. Yeah, but I think that's it. I appreciate everyone for coming through. All the followers. I think we got 2 new followers. Very interesting video. Yeah, I'm excited to edit it. I can probably turn this around tonight. Well, not tonight, it's 5 a.m. But I could probably turn this around tomorrow. I'm excited. And I can just re-record it too. I gotta try and find the balance between streaming and recording, because when my mind's too set on recording, it's not as fun. But I don't have many viewers right now, so I'll get better every time. But if anyone has any feedback, I do appreciate you, Halimi, as well, for your input. That was very good. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate you. I don't know who you are on Instagram or Twitter, wherever you came from, but you were great chatter. Can we raid someone? I want to raid someone. Is anyone live I can raid? Let's see. Who's live? No one really. Okay, cool. /raid. Raid. YOLO will raid. Okay, who should I raid? If anyone has any friends that they want me to raid, let me know. I don't know, I'm not gonna raid anyone since no one's live. Alright, bet. That was actually a good stream though, I'm happy. I just want to talk to chat. Let's just chat. Let's talk for a bit. If anyone's here, if not, I'll end. I love streaming, man. I should just stream more just for fun and not like proper videos because it's just fun. Cool. I bet. I appreciate everyone for watching. I will type my YouTube in the chat though. Exclamation mark YouTube. Guys, I will be posting the edited version there. If you missed any of it, you can watch it there. It was great. Cool. I'm just gonna end. Alright, appreciate the chat. Thanks for coming in. What was your favorite part of the video? Probably, what was it? Probably, I don't know. Probably the Doechii part, where I talked about her being a normal human, because I think I always find comments like that so fascinating. I could make my own separate video on that, where it's like, you don't know these celebrities. Stop acting like these celebrities are your friends. I'm gonna message that to you right now. Oops. Let's go. Stop acting like these celebrities are your friends. Cool. I'm gonna save that. Yeah. I'm gonna save that, and these like dot points here are very interesting because they're not your friends. And I can talk about Ludwig. Parasocial, Doechii, Billie Eilish, defending drama, DDG. Defending drama. Who else can I talk about? Donating to them. That's actually a good video. I should do that next. See, these videos can be short, but they should be sustainable. That's what I'm thinking. Do you have any points that I can write down about that? Sending death threats, donating. And what else? About being friends with people. I think that's it. All I can think of right now. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's it. I appreciate everyone for coming out. I don't know who's here, but I'm gonna end now. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for chatting to all my chatters. Those are good points to talk about. Yeah, I think I will do that in my next video. I got so many ideas. Now it's gonna get to doing them. If there's a sustainable as this, then I'll be able to do them every time. Alright, bet. I appreciate that, okay? Thank you for your help as well. Alright, bye chat.